areas and food and cultural showcases celebrating local traditions. These additions transformed the Donkey Derby into more than just a race. It became a full-fledged community event that united people from different backgrounds. Did you know that the event attracted families, local businesses, and community leaders, strengthening village pride and unity? Many remember the event fondly as an occasion that encouraged social interaction, laughter, and friendly competition among neighbors. Did you know that donkeys were widely used as working animals in farming and transportation, making them an everyday part of life for many people? This made the races even more relatable and entertaining, as competitors would often be racing animals they used in their daily routine. Did you know that over time, the Donkey Derby gradually faded from Dominica's cultural calendar? A combination of factors led to its decline, including urbanization and modernization, which reduced the reliance of donkeys for transportation and labor. Shift towards new forms of entertainment as television and other sports gained popularity, and logistical challenges in organizing and maintaining the event over the years. Despite its disappearance, the Donkey Derby remains an integral part of Dominica's social history, remembered by those who attended the races or heard stories from past generations. Our focus today on Did You Know? The Donkey Derby. Did You Know made possible compliments the good folks of Courts Dominica Limited and your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: one man is assisting police with investigations into a suspected homicide in St. Joseph last night. In news from the region, the Pan American Health Organization highlights progress in reducing maternal mortality rates in the Caribbean, but warns of persistent challenges. And on the international scene, while China raises tariffs on U.S. goods to 125% as trade war ramps up. Well, good morning. I'm Garvin Richards with the DBS Major Morning News. The details right after this.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Not only does it make your white the cleanest and brightest, the benefits of using Clean and White bleach are endless. The sterilizing property of Clean and White bleach is beneficial for several household purposes. Clean and White bleach has the ability to remove mold and mildew from hard surfaces, serve as a disinfectant for household items like your kitchen and bathroom area, and even your baby's toys. Clean and White bleach is available in various sizes at Fine Food. Call 617-6342 or order on Click and Collect your Clean and White bleach today. Clean and White bleach available at Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back. First up in the news this morning, the major crime unit of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force has commenced investigations into the circumstances surrounding the death of a male adult of St. Joseph. Obed Cubal Nicholas was found in an unconscious state at his home in the early hours of last evening, and his body, which was examined, was pronounced medically dead, and it appeared to have been beaten. Well, two individuals were initially assisting the police in the investigations of the matter. One man has been released. The other was arrested for further investigation into the matter and is in police custody. Investigations are actively ongoing into the incident of the death. Some more news this morning. While President of the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union, Donald Roll, is advocating for trade unions in the Caribbean to be represented at the CARICOM level. He says the time has come for trade unions in the Caribbean to unite. His statement came as the Waterfront Allied Workers Union staged the regional meeting of the International Union of Food this week.
We, the new generation or the next generation of trade union leaders, must come together. It's imperative that we come together. We cannot fight on our own independently. We surely will fail. But if we come together, the membership of the IUF and its affiliates come together, we have a voice. We have a voice in the region, and we can influence policymakers in North America and further afield. We cannot allow our voices to be silent. We just cannot take that risk, not with what's going on in the region. We need to be proactive. Brother Curtis Augustus always shared with us the days when the union had a prominent seat at CARICOM. We can advocate for that. We can keep our political views but work for the union. We shouldn't compromise our stance as union leaders and union workers and representatives. We should always stand with our union, always. Yes, we may not agree with all policies and every policy, but the policies that you don't agree, my suggestion to you is seek to understand it properly.
And that's President of the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union, Donald Roll. A political leader of the United Workers' Party, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, has been granted bail in the sum of $25,000 on a charge of unlawful assembly. Dr. Fontaine is among 25 people charged in connection with protest action held in Roseau on the 19th of March over 3 electoral reform bills which were being debated in Parliament. Ronaldo Luke, who was in court on Thursday, she has this more in this report.
On that date, it is alleged that the accused unlawfully, riotously, and tumultuously assembled to the disturbance of the public, contrary to the provision of Section 4 of Chapter Number 1002 of the Riot Act of the Consolidated Laws of Dominica of 2017. At his court appearance before Magistrate Dilhanil Rupasinghe, the defendant was not required to enter a plea as the matter is an indictable offense, expected to be tried at the High Court. Dr. Fontaine, who is represented by attorneys Geoffrey Leta, Joshua Francis, and Ronald Charles, through their bail application, asked the court to grant bail to their client on his own recognizance. Police prosecutor Sergeant Yankee informed the court that the prosecution had no objections to bail, nor were they proposing any bail conditions, but requested that bail be granted with proper surety. In response, the defense argued that pursuant to Section 8, Subsection 2 of the Bail Act, a defendant may be required to give security or such security may be given on his behalf only if it appears that he is unlikely to remain in Dominica until the appointed time for surrender. This, they stated, was not applicable in the present case as the accused intends to stand trial for the alleged offense. The attorneys further noted that Rosie Felix and Ronald Charles, who were also charged with the same offense, had been granted bail on their own recognizance. Consequently, Leta urged the court to remain consistent with previous decisions and to exercise its discretion fairly and uniformly across the judiciary. Despite his reservation concerning the fact that Dr. Fontaine currently has another matter of obstruction before him, the presided magistrate granted bail to the accused on his own recognizance in the sum of $25,000 with no conditions attached. He stated that he would abide by the rulings of other magistrates, given that the incident arose from the same set of facts and circumstances. The prosecution also requested that the matter be adjourned to June 30th, 2025 before another magistrate, noting that although all 25 defendants were charged separately, it is their intention to make an application for a joint trial. However, the defense strongly opposed this request, expressing concerns that Dr. Fountain would not receive a fair trial should he appear before the recommended magistrate. The matter was subsequently adjourned to July 10th, 2025. Ronaldo Luke reporting for DBS News.
Well, in some more news this morning, let's turn our attention to the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition.
Over 300,000 cruise passengers are expected to arrive in Dominica for the 2024-2025 cruise season. A plaque exchange ceremony was held on board the Celebrity Summit on Wednesday. It was the first ship to arrive for the season. Director of Tourism and CEO of the Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, says 12 cruise ships will make their inaugural call to Dominica this season.
And that was the top reader of the fourth competition in round one of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition, Kaylee Bertrand from the Warner Primary School. Well, on Thursday, 6 schools participated in the competition, which took place at the Massac Canefield Primary School.
Coming in 6 from the Coolabay Street Primary School, Asmon Hamlet. Let's give him a round of applause. In 5th position, from the Collyho Primary School, Anelia Thomas. 4th, from our host school, the Massac Canefield Primary School, Amali St. Rose. 3rd, from the Salisbury Primary School, Felicia Euseb. Coming in 2nd, we have Ordella Flora from the Campbell Primary School. And topping competition 4 in round 1 of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition here today is Kaylee Bertrand from the Warner Primary School. Congratulations to all our students. Our top 5 automatically move on to our semi-final round. We end the week at the Berean Christian Academy for competition 5 in round 1, where the Berean Christian Academy, the St. Mary's Primary, Convent Prep, Petit Savant Primary, the Roseau Primary, Ebenezer SDA, Pioneer Prep, and the Goodwill Primary Schools will compete for a spot in our semi-final round.
And that's coordinator of the DBS Radio Felix Henderson National Reading Competition, Kashina Joseph. Minister for National Security, Reuben Blackmore, has given the Dominica Police a high rating for its performance in tackling crimes. He says, however, measures are being put in place to increase the effectiveness of the police.
The police force has the most talented officers in the sub-region. Going forward, we are going to go through a process of restructuring to ensure that the police force becomes even more robust and more professional. Later, I'll be making some announcements in terms of some new positions that will be created. But I can say that the Prime Minister is committed to ensuring that the police force is equipped with the tools of trade and with the human resource component that are needed to make the police force even better. We have taken a decision to create a new position of Assistant Commissioner of Police for Administration and Training, because we believe that training has to be an ongoing program, ensuring that we bring back refresher courses and ensuring that we bring back promotional exams, ensuring that there's a better way for members of the public to launch the grievances, ensuring that tribunals can be held on a timely basis to deal with matters of discipline. The police force has to be built on discipline and responsibility. And those are some of the issues that we will be placing prominence.
Minister for National Security Rayburn Blackmore. Festivals and events manager at the Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew, is upbeat ahead of the May 4th Jazz and Creole at the Cabritz National Park. She says the lineup brings together some of the finest local, regional and international artists.
Of course, we've launched the lineup and you've had some sample of the artists who will be on the event. We have Shalina, Carlin XP, Abia Israel, Colton T, Marie-Claire Giraud, who is a Dominican artist she does opera jazz, but international based in New York, so we're looking forward to hosting her at home. And Etienne Charles, Trinidadian trumpeter master and Caribbean jazz soul music. Of course, we also have the Swinging Stars and the energetic Signal Band. Itana from Jamaica, reggae sensation, who will be joining us as well. So there's quite a good mix of artists, styles, and music for you to enjoy from 2 p.m. at the Cabritz National Park.
The festival and events manager at the Discover Dominica Authority, Ayodele Andrew. Well, let's head into news from the region this morning as the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has warned that while the region of the Americas, including the Caribbean, has progressed towards reducing maternal mortality, challenges remain requiring urgent efforts to ensure that all women have access to quality maternal health care. Well, according to the United Nations report, trends in maternal mortality estimates there were 7,850 maternal deaths in the region in 2024, representing a 15.7% decrease compared to the 9,210 deaths recorded in 2000, largely due to improved access to essential health services. And on the international scene, well, China has raised import taxes on the United States goods to 125% as the trade war with the United States over Donald Trump's global tariffs escalates, while Beijing faces a 145% levy on some of its goods imported into the U.S. Chinese President Xi Jinping has called on the European Union to join China in opposing bullying from the United States, saying that there are no winners in a tariff war. Well, despite this, President Donald Trump says he's still hoping to secure a deal with Beijing, saying that they would end up working out something together that's very good for both countries. Well, that's the news. Let's recap the headlines. One man is assisting police with investigations into a suspected homicide in St. Joseph last night. PAHO highlights progress in reducing maternal mortality in the Caribbean, but warns of persistent challenges. And China raises tariffs on U.S. goods to 125% as trade war ramps up. That's the news. Stay tuned for sports.
Give babies the comfort they need with paddless diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover because Paddler's Diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddler's, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort and freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run and play. Paddlers, distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Well, welcome to the morning sports report. Let's bowl off with cricket news, and we're heading straight to Pakistan as the West Indies are looking to pick up their first victory in the ICC World Cup qualifiers. They're currently taking on Ireland as we speak. Well, the West Indies batted first. They made 181 for 6 in their 33 overs. Of course, the game has been reduced to 33 overs. West Indies 181 for 6. Stefani Taylor and Shinel Henry, they both got 46 runs apiece, and Zeta James got 36. Well, Ireland a few moments ago were 84 for 4 after 17 overs. Hayley Matthews has 2 for 9. Karishma Hamarak 1 for 4, and Afi Fletcher 1 for 19. Ireland requires some 99 more runs with 96 deliveries remaining. In some more sports this morning, well, Dominica's version of the King's Baton will be on display from today as Dominica joins 73 other countries getting set for the 2026 Commonwealth Games to be held in Glasgow, Scotland. Well, traditionally, the King's Baton Relay is a pre-Commonwealth Games tradition where a baton carrying a message from the head of the Commonwealth passes through the various nations. However, for the Glasgow 2026 Games, a unique feature is that each of the 74 Commonwealth nations and territories will receive their own custom-designed baton. The batons will then be reunited at the opening ceremony in Glasgow in 2026, and King Charles will read his message to officially open the Games. Well, Dominica's baton was unveiled yesterday during a ceremony at the Dominica Olympic Committee. The Dominica King's baton was designed by Jane Bell of the Whitey Kubuli Artists Association.
Of all the ways I've had the privilege to showcase our island, this is my favorite, because it celebrates what makes us unique, what makes us stand tall with pride, especially as we compete in the Commonwealth Games. I appreciate the support and encouragement of my fellow WA members. We don't just work alongside each other, we uplift each other. The design I created for Dominica's baton has 3 sides. One represents our breathtaking nature, both vibrant marine life and lush landscapes, featuring our iconic Cicero parrot. Another side showcases a traditional Madras design, honoring our trailblazing Olympic gold medalist, Tiela Font. And the third carries the warm Kalinago phrase, Mabrika, meaning welcome, because that's who we are, open, united, and proud. I wove in elements of our flag and culture because to me, this baton is more than an object. It's a symbol of Dominica itself. many different pieces coming together to create something truly beautiful.
And that was Jane Bell of the Whitey Kubli Artists Association. The baton will be on display from today at a number of schools across the island. And the King's Baton Relay is set for next Tuesday. Capacity Support Officer of the Commonwealth Sports Dominica is Tanya Burnett.
We're going to be undertaking some school visits, so the chance that young aspiring athletes can get a chance to hold this baton, the same baton that possible Commonwealth medalists will also be holding. We have, as Ms. Mawson said, the plastic pickup activity at Woodbridge Bay on Saturday, starting at 8 o'clock, followed by, on the same Saturday, site visits to various sites in the valley where we get an opportunity to showcase our baton and the beauty of Dominica. In addition to that, on Sunday, we're going to be visiting the CIG Games. That is a new athletic games that is going to be held in Dominica on Sunday. So we're encouraging everybody to come out on Sunday to the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. On Monday, we're going to be meeting with the official Carifta team. They're going to be officially launched on Monday. And we're going to get an opportunity to speak to these athletes, to encourage them. And then finally, on Tuesday, we're going to be having a relay through Roseau with our affiliated associations, where they're going to be carrying the baton from sport to sport through Roseau.
And that's Capacity Support Officer of Commonwealth Sports Dominica, Tanya Burnett. In some more sports this morning, Dominica went down again, suffering another heavy defeat in the Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Tournament in Barbados. While the struggles for the junior girls continued last night as they went down 44-13 to Trinidad and Tobago. The defeat was the fourth straight one for the national team, who's yet to record a win so far in the competition. Dominica will play their final match today against Antigua. Let's move on to some cricket news now, as the Windward Islands Volcanoes cricket, has sunk to a new low as the team were embarrassed yesterday, losing to the West Indies Academy well inside of 2 days of their 4-day CWI regional matchup in Antigua. Well, the miserable run for the Volcanoes if the bat continued, as they were bundled out for 181 in their second innings. Alec Athanase got 41 and Kimani Melias 40. The West Indies Academy fast bowler Johan Lane, he picked up a career best 6 for 30. The Academy team got 35 without loss to win the match by 10 wickets. The final scores in that game, the Windward Islands 106 and 181. The West Indies Academy 253 and 35 without loss. Well, the Windwards finished their season with just 1 win, 1 draw and 5 defeats, and they will likely finish in 7th place in the competition. Meantime, in the title deciding match, Guyana has taken a slim lead against Trinidad and Tobago. Guyana at stumps on day 2 were 269 for 5, with Raymond Perez getting 82 and Kevlin Anderson 51. Carey Pierre, he has 3 for 61 so far for Trinidad. Earlier in the match, Trinidad made 240. Guyana, they're leading that game by 29 runs. And Barbados' slim hopes of lifting the title are all but gone, as the Leeward Islands Hurricanes are in a commanding position heading into day 3 of their matchup. Barbados were 153 for 5, replying to the Leeward Islands' first innings total of 444 for 9 declared. Justin Graves got 124 for the Hurricanes. Well, Barbados, they're still trailing by 291 runs in that encounter. And Jamaica has a lot of work to do in their matchup with the combined campuses and colleges team. Jamaica were 206 for 5 in their second innings, a lead of just 12 runs. Larry Edwards, he has 3 for 47 for the CCC. The scores in that game is Jamaica 133 and 206 for 5. The combined campuses and colleges 327. And the national under-19 cricket team bowlers were clinical yesterday as they guided the team to a crushing 9-wicket win over St. Vincent as the Windward Islands competition continued in Grenada. Well, St. Vincent and Grenadines elected to bat first. They were bowled out for just 109 in 35.5 overs. Kester Lestrade picked up 3 for 11. Darren Tusset 2 for 19. Joel Dura 2 for 29. And Kenneth Valmont 2 for 37. Dominica in reply got 111 for 1, with the captain Stefan Pascal getting 68 of 43 balls and Luvio Charles getting 25 not out. Well, Dominica's captain Stefan Pascal says it was a good win and a good feeling to get a score as well.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. You know, I needed that, and so since the start of the tournament, I just wanted to come here and dominate. Obviously, the first two games didn't go how I wanted it to go, but that's cricket. So I took the opportunity today. You know, I got in and I stayed in. So I'm grateful for that.
What was the bowling like for you? What did you tell your bowlers today?
Nothing much. You know, they've been putting in the work before I even joined them. The week before we came here. So they know what was their strengths, they know what they could do, they know what they can do, they know what they are capable of doing. So it's just really sticking to the plans, sticking to the team's plans, you know, and just keep maintaining pressure. When we're on top, I try to stress that a lot of the times to them, just stay on top.
Last question, how confident are you Dominica now going to the top of the point standings will win the tournament?
Very confident. Trust me, I'm very confident in this team. You know, this team has all-round ability. If I don't score, you know, Asinio, Luvio, a lot of the guys could bat and do the job. And even our bowling is something to behold. So I just feel that we have what it takes. We just have to finish the job now.
And that's captain of the Dominica under-19 cricket team, Stefan Pascal, in the other match on Thursday where Grenada beat St. Lucia. Today is a rest day in the competition. And the commissioning of the lights at the Geese Park in Glanville among major activities this weekend as Portsmouth hosts the Sports Division's Community Sports Festival. The event will get underway on Sunday. A parliamentary representative for Portsmouth, Fenella Shepherd-Wenham, says Portsmouth is excited to be hosting the event.
The event is scheduled to begin at 4 p.m. and the entire northern community is invited. In addition to the thrilling lineup of rounders, the T10 version of cricket, and 2 football matches, the highlight of the day will be the official commissioning of the newly installed lights at the Geese Park, a major upgrade that promises to enhance sporting events and community use of the facility. This family-friendly event celebrates both community spirit and sports development, offering fun, entertainment, and an electrifying atmosphere under the lights.
And that's Parliamentary Representative for Portsmouth, Fenella Wenham Shepherd. Well, she says the lighting of the park is a significant development for Glanville.
The project was spearheaded by the Ministry of Sports and marks a significant investment in local infrastructure. The government is keen on promoting evening sports, healthier lifestyles, and greater community engagement. In an effort to do that, there were some lights that were installed, some 8 lights, if memory serves me right, were installed in various communities around the island. With improved lighting, Geese Park can now host games and activities well into the evening, creating more opportunities for training, recreation, and family-friendly events in a space that is safe and accessible. It's a win-win for sports, it's a win for health, and certainly a bright win for the community. I just want to encourage the residents, let us use the facility. Let us also take responsibility of the infrastructure that is in place and come out in the evenings for exercise.
And that's Parliamentary Representative for Portsmouth, Fenella Wenham Shepherd, taking us to the end of the DBS Morning Sports Report. Just before we go, a quick update on the World Cup qualifying match between the West Indies women and Ireland. Ireland, where they're 102 for 4 after 21.1 overs. They're chasing 182 to win. So Ireland requires 80 more runs with 70 balls remaining. The West Indies, 6 wickets, and they can call themselves winners. That's the morning sports. More sporting highlights at 11 o'clock in the morning news update and at 1:28 during the 13:15 news. Until then, Garvin Richards saying good morning.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement.